Here we have for sale our 2018 on an 18 plate Ford Transit Custom 300. 300 means it's got a 3-ton gross vehicle weight. This is the short wheelbase, low roof, limited double cab. It's got the 2-litre TDCI 130 brake horsepower Euro 6 engine with the 6-speed manual gearbox. And what we're going to do in this particular video is have a little walk around, have a look at the spec which you get on a Transit Custom limited double cab of this age, and we'll also have a look at the condition and ownership, service history, etc., as this vehicle is now available for sale. So starting at the rear of the van, first thing you'll notice is the colour. Lovely magnetic grey, metallic magnetic grey, certainly one of the most popular colours that you could get a Transit Custom limited in, and good reason for that is that it does look absolutely fantastic in any specification. At the rear of the van we've got rear barn doors, so barn doors meaning that you've got 2 opening rear doors. We'll have a look in the back of there in just a second. On a limited you get a number of elements which are colour coded, those being the bumpers, so you get the rear bumper, the front bumper. You also get a lot of the handles, so the rear handles here on the sides, also these mouldings here. If we look at that rear bumper, you can see that we have got integrated rear parking sensors. If I'm being highly critical, there are a couple of little marks here on the rear bumper, which is very common on vans where people are loading things into the rear. If we have a look, if we open up this rear barn door, you'll see that this yellow arm has been folded out, so that can usually clip into there, but you can clip it into the door, and what that allows you to do is open the rear barn doors up to their 180 degree position like that for maximum accessibility into the rear. You can do exactly the same with both doors, or alternatively when you open it, it will just lock into place there at 90 degrees as well, so that it doesn't get sort of caught in the wind. But this gives you a chance to look at the ply lining in the rear. This van, the load area is ply lined, protects the van from any outward dents. In my opinion, is absolutely essential. We've got the nice wheel arch covers. This is the factory flooring that you'll get in the back of a Transit Custom double cab. It's this hard wearing sort of rubber type floor, and as we can see here we've got the factory fitted bulkhead with the window as well. And on Transit Custom what that allows you to do is just gives you that separation from the load area, so you can keep the front part very car-like. You can keep it sort of clean as a car, but then you've got the separation here of your cargo or load in the back. If we walk around the van, we'll have a little look at some of the exterior spec that you get here. As I mentioned, this is Euro 6, meaning you could take this into the ultra low emission zone areas such as central London without having to pay the congestion charge related to that area. So looking at some of the exterior spec, we've got the limited alloy wheels. These are the alloy wheels that come as standard on a Transit Custom Limited. Also, as I mentioned, a number of elements colour coded, also those being the side mouldings there. Just all gives the van a lot smarter, more sort of executive look, if you like. Condition wise, condition is very good. As I mentioned, it is this is a used commercial vehicle at the end of the day, so you are going to get the odd mark or hairline scratch here or there, but all in all I hope you agree this is a very, very well presented van and does look very, very smart. Twin side loading doors, so we've got a driver side loading door as well. If we open that driver's side loading door up, that then unveils the rear seats. So these are ISOFIX compatible, so you've got the emblems there on the 2 outer seats. That will tell you that they are ISOFIX compatible. You also get a nice carpeted floor as standard in a Transit Custom Limited. All the steps, as you can see there, the bulkhead there behind the seats, so you can see that clear separation there from a sort of a carpeted cab in the front to a ply lined load area in the back. But the seats are all in very good condition. Headlining all seems to be very good as well. Nothing to note there of any defects. If we open up the driver's side door, this is where a Custom Limited really sort of comes into its own compared to a lot of other vans, a lot of other competitors to a Transit Custom, and that is the spec that you get inside as a driver. So we'll start on the driver's door. So you get electric windows. You also got electric folding mirrors. As you can see there, that's how that's operated. We've also got fully adjustable driver's seat. So this actually controls the height of the front of the driver's seat. I'm not sure if that picks it up in the camera, but that's the front going up and down. That is the whole height. And then you've got the back there as well. And Transit Customs will come with a driver's armrest, which is on a ratchet as well, so you can set that to your desired height. Very, very comfortable seats in this sort of facelifted Transit Custom. I think they're far more comfortable. I don't know whether they just use a different material, but far more comfortable than the previous generation. That's the service history. We'll have a look at that in just a second. As I mentioned, we've got all nice carpeted floor in here. This is a floor mat with my dusty footprints on it. We've also got auto-activated lights and wipers. You can see we've actually got 2 full remote keys with this van. Nice leather multifunctioning steering wheel. On the right hand side, this is where you can control the onboard computer, which is just up there, and that is where you'll see the mileage on this van, which is very low, 19,238.1 miles to be exact. We've also then got your phone controls down here, and then on the left hand side, that's where you've got your cruise control and also the volume for the radio as well. If we look up on top of the dashboard, we've got a USB port there and a 12-volt socket. You'll see I've actually got a phone plugged in there into that USB slot, and you'll show you why in just a second. As I mentioned, 6-speed manual gearbox, which is fantastic that all Transit Customs come as standard with that. Much, much better on the motorway. If we look here, we've got heated windscreen. That's the actual elements in the screen rather than just the blowers. We've got heated front seats, a much better position for these than previously. So previous generation Transit Customs, that button was actually on the seat, so that's a much better position. We've got air conditioning here. We've got heated wing mirrors there. We've got another USB port there and a 12-volt socket there as well. And if we have a look at this screen, this is why I've got my phone plugged in, and that is because these vans come with Apple CarPlay. So if you've never used Apple CarPlay, let me just quickly talk you through what it is. So this is basically projecting or a version of your phone screen onto the screen here in the van. And what that means is it basically gives you a lot better usability as a driver or passenger. So you've got all your apps such as Apple Music on here, of course the phone app. You can listen to podcasts, you've got your text messages, and you can scroll across. You've got Spotify, WhatsApp, Google Maps if you don't like, the normal Apple Maps, which are also there as well. So it's really, really easy to use. I would say a lot better. You'll have a lot better sat nav on this than you will on any inbuilt sat nav on any van. So really, really great to use. And as you can see, you can swipe across it in the same way that you would on a phone. If we have a quick look at the service history, this is a one owner from new van, and it does benefit from service history as well. As you can see there with Ford, last done at 14,297 miles, and we do also have some supporting bills as well, which is always nice to see. Last thing to note in here, flip down work tray with some cup holders and somewhere to store your paperwork as well, and a little hidden cup holder there just below the gear stick. So as I mentioned, lots and lots of spec on a Transit Custom in the cab, and I'm almost a little bit out of breath actually going through all of that. But if we quickly go around to the front, the van is running at the moment. There's obviously no issues with it, no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard, but with it running, this gives you a chance to look at the LED daytime running lights here. So it's a sort of halo light around the outside of the headlight, which does look absolutely fantastic. I'm not sure if the camera is really conveying that accurately, but that does look very, very smart. Also on the front bumper, you've got front parking sensors as well. As I mentioned, this is all color coded, so this element here is all color coded, and you've got the front fog lights there. But a very good looking van, well equipped, one owner from new, service history with Ford, and it is Euro 6 as well. A very appealing package indeed. If you'd like to inquire, please feel free to give us a call on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can arrange finance at very competitive rates, starting as low as 7.9% APR. And we can also take cars or vans in part exchange as well. So if you do have any questions, feel free to get in touch. Thank you very much for watching.